Just another wonderful day in the idyllic life of being a snowbird in Florida, where you just spend all your days just lounging around in your tiki hut and enjoying life. So first, I'd like to say to everybody that watches the channel, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year coming up. It's December 26, 2024, and I'm going to give you a little update on what our snowbird season has been like so far. We're in the Cypress Trail RV Resort like we have been many times, and we're going to be here December, January, February, and March. But Sue has been gone all of December and a few days in November. So I'm going to tell you how that has been and what I've been doing and what we got coming up this coming year. Sue and I arrived in the Cypress Trails RV Resort early this year because Sue had a number of things that had been stacking up over the months where we were traveling to our adventure caravan tour that we went on the East Coast, and then while we were on the caravan. And so about late November when we got here, she packed up and I took her to the airport, and she has literally been gone the entire month of December. And I'm going to pick her up sometime during the first week of January. So that's been a very long time that she's been gone. Since we've been married, it's literally the first time, and we got married back in 17, and we've been together since 2008. So literally since 2008, that's the longest she's ever been gone. And I can tell you, as I switch hands, because I don't have enough shoulder strength, that I don't like it when she's gone that long, and I really miss you, Sue. And you're hearing it for the first time now on video. So why did I stay behind? Well, we made the conscious decision that we needed to divide and conquer because we had a lot of different things that we had to take care of. It's no surprise to anyone that owns an RV that it's literally constantly always falling apart. It literally is falling apart on the front end of your rig while you're fixing something on the back end of the rig. And in the middle, it's thinking about falling apart. So you pretty much got a full-time job always working on things. Some of the other things we had to do is we had actually no travel plans in place to return. And even though we're not going to be returning until, the last few days of March of 2024, in the RV world, you're already a day late and a dollar short sometime. And what I mean by that is you have to set up your days that you're going to be at a repair facility, or if you're going to have maintenance done or whatever. Now in our case, we had some windows replaced at a window replacement place that's got a good reputation, and lo and behold, lucky Pierre Marc, I had 6 windows done, and one of them they didn't do right. So I got to stop back at that place. So that's going to blow 3 or 4 days in our schedule. Then our traditional stop at Freightliner, the factory service center in Gaffney. We've did a number of videos on that place. I'll link that up in the corner. If you don't know about that place and you've never used them, you are missing out. They are basically the mothership of the Freightliner chassis setup. Then after that, we're gonna head down the road to Atlanta. I'm gonna stop at National Indoor and have my ceramic coating boosted. We also did a video on that. We're gonna be in our hometown for a number of months. We have doctor visits and time to visit friends, a lot of bike riding, a lot of celebrating with our friends and different things to do. But then after that, we are fairly certain that we're going to be going on another caravan out west. We're going to go on the Badlands and I think it's called the Badlands and the Rockies caravan. And we're also going to do a rally after that. We'll do the second of the 2 balloon fiesta rallies that Adventure Caravans has. Now, those 2 things that I mentioned are not set in stone, and I wasn't able to verify that before filming this. I'm kind of used to that now. I don't think the average person knows how we have to keep moving forward on things like this, so I'll make RV Trip Wizard travel plans, and I will make videos based on best available knowledge at the time. Shortly here, we're going to be coming up to the spot where Pat and Paul typically are. They right now actually are in Borrego Springs, which is in California, right a hop and a skip over the mountains from San Diego. That's where we're hoping to be next year. I'm actually working on getting some reservations there for next year. So what else have I been doing? Well, while Sue's gone, that's typically the best time for me to take on projects that normally I wouldn't do when she's around. A, because I'm too lazy, and B, you can real easily slop the rig up when you're working on something. What I wanted to talk about next is repairs on your rig that you really can't do yourself when you're a snowbirder, and I want to say you're stuck in this place. Now what I mean by that is once you get situated and you get brought in so you don't hit the tiki. Remember, we're renting, so I don't want to hit somebody's tiki. I don't want to hit their little shed. So what happens is typically when you come in, you'll have an escort that'll escort you in. So it's not real convenient to be leaving every time you need something fixed. And trust me, where I am right now, going somewhere to get something fixed, they don't treat you like, oh, you're full time, you live in it, we have to fix it right away. It doesn't work that way. It's like, park it over in the back 40 and we'll get to it when we get to it. So that's why this time I decided I was going to have a mobile tech come out and work on my issue. Now, what's my issue? Well, I'm having trouble with my Oasis heating unit. And if you'll remember, people that watched the channel in the past, about 2 years ago, I spent $12,500 completely having a new boiler Oasis system put in, because it's pretty important. It's our heater, it's our water heater, heat for the registers in the basement. It does a lot of things. It runs on electricity, it runs on diesel. So it's pretty much a space shuttle water heater. That's why it's $12,500. Well, I didn't want to get any old schmuck working on it. So I started looking, and I discovered, once again, like I have many times, the NewServ, N-E-W-S-E-R-V, the NewServ factory service mobile techs that Numar has. And as it turns out, there's literally only 3 of them in the whole nation, and they only serve Central Florida, Arizona, and Southern California. By virtue of the way they do their scheduling and how careful they are to have all of the parts available for the tech when he shows up to do the job, you just don't make an appointment and they show up 10 minutes later. That's not the way it works. It's a little bit more of an involved project. And you have to be patient, because if you have a repair that I always like to call a medical emergency, where you need it worked on right away and you can't wait days or even weeks to have it done, then NewServ is probably not for you. Now, NewServ is for you when you care about keeping your Numar a Numar, and when you want the hands that are touching your rig to be Numar factory certified people, and at best, a Numar employee who's been there, done that, and bought the t-shirt. And that's why I've decided that I'm going to be patient enough to work with them to kind of troubleshoot things over the phone so that they know which parts to bring and have the highest possibility of success when they finally get here to work on my rig. And hopefully that will happen in a couple of weeks. So that's the other thing that I've been working on. In the first few weeks that Sue had left, I took the responsibility to finish up a lot of the videos for our 36-day historic East Coast Caravan tour videos, and do all the uploading and all of the behind the scenes work that needs to be done to start that series. Actually, next week, remember I said that this is December 26th, 2024. Next week, Sunday, will be our Niagara Falls video that we actually filmed while we were on the way to our East Coast Caravan. And this will kind of put our videos, I don't want to say back in real time, but it will catch them up quite a bit so that we're not so far behind. But then after that, for 8 weeks in a row with no 1 week gaps in it, we will have all 8 episodes of our 36-day Adventure Caravans historic East Coast America guided RV tour. And I'm here to tell you, they turned out really good. We probably spent about 45 hours editing each of those videos, and we tried to cram every single thing in that we did, and to cram 5 or 6 days worth of activities into, you know, nominally a 30-minute video on every episode was quite a challenge. And you know, one of the beauties of being old and forgetful is sometimes it's actually to your advantage. And I had forgotten to tell you probably the most important news I had to give you until now, because I've got a stop sign coming up there, and about 20 spots later is our rig, and I'll be done with the video. And that is that we were contacted by the Florida RV show, the 2025 Florida RV Super Show people, and we were invited to be the opening act for a pretty famous YouTube channel. And we of course said yes. When would that be? And that's on Thursday, January 16th, 2025, and that's in the YouTubers Meet and Greet Influencers building, and it's at 1 p.m. in the afternoon. So once again, that's our meet and greet. We did one last year. It was beyond fun, beyond phenomenal. We just are grateful and thankful for all the people that showed up. And as it turned out, it was pretty much a standing room only ordeal. So that's the 16th of January 2025 in the meet and greet building. We're the warm-up act for the headliner, and the headliner's at 2 p.m. and it's RV America, y'all, that we're opening for. We were actually with them last year. If you don't know what that channel is, you need to look at the link in our show links and go there. Just listening to Tom's infectious laugh is enough to bring you back every single week. So we're really looking forward to that. So we of course will be at the Tampa RV show all that week, walking around. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna spend our time being available to yak and talk and meet with all the wonderful people that go to those shows, and just spend our time relaxing with the folks that make doing this channel all worthwhile. We had a couple times at the show last year where we had kind of surprise meetups with people that watched the channel, and then we ended up walking around together and had a couple of impromptu conversations. That was shortly after I had gotten my lithium upgrade. So one of the episodes that I can link up is in the corner, is that we had an episode where Tom from RV America, y'all, and Stacy and I and Sue, we were talking about their lithium upgrade, the one that we had and the ones that are available on the Numar product line now for some of the higher end diesel coaches. So you might want to check that out. Here we are, we're at my rig. So once again, I would like to say to everyone that's watching, thank you for watching this far. Thank you for watching the channel. If it wasn't for you guys, Sue and I would have virtually no reason to be doing all of this work and these recordings other than to record it for our viewing later in life. But you know what? It's so much more fun when we can do it for everybody that watches, and then we can end up meeting you and getting to talk about all the fun things that we did and all the fun things that you did, and just RVing in general. So we invite you to subscribe to the channel. It really helps the analytics so that YouTube can decide, hey, maybe we should promote this video to someone else. And that way it can bring into the fold, into the family, into the people that we can meet even more folks. So until we meet you on the road or in the repair facilities or who knows where, we invite you to join us every Sunday morning for another episode of our journey in Myles. See you later.